didn't actually check the microphone yet.
We're live. Hello, beautiful people. Can you hear us okay? Is the microphone working?
I didn't check the mic before I hit go.
The mic is good, but is the mic good?
Who is all in there? We've got a couple waiting already. Good evening. Happy Sunday. Oh, graham crackers, marshmallows, and chocolates. I have the fire. Well, I don't really have fire. It's mostly just smoke right now.
We have lots of wood, but it's a little damp.
Very wet wood. We're at the very heart of rainy season now, so all the wood is wet. It's really tough to dry out because there's so much humidity in the air.
Yeah, wood doesn't dry very quickly at 90-something% humidity.
It's true.
Even when it's not raining.
It's true. So, yep. Every time. The fruit flies. Love my drink. So, who's all in there? Say hi. Good evening, guys. Or, I don't know, maybe it's morning for some of you. Is it morning yet anywhere?
The other side of the planet.
Oh.
Hi, Valerie. Salud a todos.
Salud. So, we've been...
Well, Doug, we do have a roof. But dry in 95% humidity.
So Doug must have watched my video. I put a video out this morning of our hike in Monteverde Cloud Forest. The hike, actually, we did that hike a few months ago, and I have had the videos sitting waiting to be edited for some time, so it's kind of old. But it was a very memorable hike. I've never really been in a cloud forest before. It was very cool.
Oh, yeah. From that lookout with the clouds just blasting by 100 miles an hour.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
But we got damn wet. And
yeah.
I'm surprised. Absolutely nobody who left a comment on that video said anything about the Mike Reno snippets in there. I laughed my ass off when I put those in there. I thought it was hysterical.
Loose every time.
Live? Yes, we are live. Hello, Ruben. 7 Eastern. It's 6 o'clock here.
So must not do daylight savings time in Kansas.
Hi, Mickey. Our Sunday is going good. We had a friend and his family come for lunch today, and he's got 3 very little kids.
Mm-hmm.
And I roped them into helping me make chocolate chip cookies together. So they're my honorary grandchildren. We all had fun making chocolate chip cookies. Chocolate chip cookies isn't really a thing down here. You can't really find them anywhere.
No, not really.
I think maybe because the chocolate melts too easy. So it's just not, like, they have cookies, but almost all their cookies are those terrible sandwich cookies. Mike loves them. But
I have no complaints.
No. So Lilac dropped a re-release of Not Afraid extended version. I did see the notice for that. So I do. Melody's screams out of this world. I think you could say that about all Lilac songs. Melody's screams are definitely out of this world.
Yes. It's a thing she can do.
It's true. There's 100%. There's a few gals like that have this remarkable talent to just, like, scorch the sky with their voice.
Yeah, like the number of times I've seen a comment saying, "What song is that?" at like whatever seconds in various intros.
It's always Unleash the Archers.
It's always Brittany from Unleash the Archers.
Yeah. Hi, Barry. Salud, everybody. I'm drinking Blackberry Merlot. It's new for me. I haven't had that before. He's got ginger ale over there. Straight up. Mickey made peanut butter cookies. Very good. So, curious, Mickey, your peanut butter cookie recipe, does it have flour in it? Because my peanut butter cookie recipes without flour, and they're the softest, chewiest peanut butter cookies you could ever imagine. So,
and I can say tasty.
Peanut butter cookies are going to be tasty whether you put flour in it or not.
That's true.
Yeah, I actually have a video on my channel of me making peanut butter cookies. That's one of my videos. So they were a family favorite. Peanut butter is hard to come by here in Costa Rica. It's and when you can find it, it's very expensive, like $6 or $7
for a little
jar. So we don't do peanut butter cookies that often anymore.
Hi, John.
Hi, guys. So we played with the idea of maybe doing themes for these nighttime chats. right? Like not all just music. So
Mhm.
maybe we thought we might talk about favorite movies tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you guys think
Everybody's
about
got a favorite movie.
themes? You can still throw whatever you want in the comments, but
Hi, Basil. Thanks for popping in.
oh, enjoy work, Basil, if that's possible. Thanks for popping in.
We wanted to mix it up and give people in different time zones maybe a better opportunity.
Yeah. Just peanut butter, sugar, and melted butter. Oh, mine is peanut butter, sugar, and egg. Never put melted butter in it. And chocolate chips. Well, that's good. So my wine right now it's blackberry Merlot. I don't know what the brand is. It's I don't know what the brand is. It's actually quite delicious. It's more like juice though, to be honest. I don't normally do sweet wines. I like my wine really, really dry, but this one intrigued me. I haven't had a blackberry Merlot before, so
Like us. Doug says we look dry.
we are dry now. Of course, it's not dry outside. It's been raining almost the whole day, so I've got almost no welding done in the last week. I'll go out there and I'll get on the welder for like an hour, maybe an hour and a half, and then clouds roll in and thunder starts. And it's like, okay, I guess I'm done welding today.
Yep.
Stella Artois.
That's what
Mhm.
that's what we were drinking today. Me and our guests.
Yes. That's a well, I don't know if it's popular down here, but it's easy to get.
Well, it's easy to get right here because we have the duty free at the border.
We get it at the Panama duty free.
Yeah.
So I haven't actually tried the Malbec, John. I don't really like Malbecs that much. I don't know what it is about it. I usually stick with Cabs or Merlots. But almost like all the wine here is all imported. Most of it will be South American, right?
Lots of Chilean
and Argentinian wine.
Mhm.
So, but when it comes to reds, the one I usually drink is called Castillero del Diablo, which is Chilean, I believe.
Mhm.
Delicious Cabernet Sauvignon. So that's my go-to.
Cheers,
So,
Mickey.
favorite movie from a few
mine's not
years
quite
ago,
white.
Legends of the Fall.
Is that Brad Pitt?
That's the Brad Pitt one, right?
I think so.
That was a really good movie. That's a good choice. I love Brad Pitt. That's really old though. That one's far back.
I'm gonna go a little more soundtrack heavy. My favorite is Grosse Point Blank.
Yeah.
With John Cusack. You've
That
got Rudy Can't Fail, Pressure Drop.
He loves everything about that movie, guys. It's legitimately his favorite movie.
My Love Opened the Door, Little Pete Townsend.
Mm-hmm.
So the music's great. I love the dark humor.
Cigar time. Oh, I do have cigars over there, but I haven't been feeling well today. I've been a little under the weather, so I don't think I'll spark one up because it probably won't make me feel better.
No, probably not.
But I do have 5 Cuban cigars over there that we got in Mexico, which is weird, but Ginger, y'all look fully recovered. No, today I'm still a little, had to have a couple hours nap this afternoon. I'm still a little under the weather.
It's okay, I held down the fort.
Yeah.
Sitting here on the couch while it rained outside.
Yeah. It's this cold, damp weather, guys. As soon as the damp weather hits me, it knocks my immune system down. I'll get sick for a couple days and then I'll be fine. But
I still laughed when Juan said it was winter.
So our friend that came for lunch today with his family, he's a local, and it's funny every time that the Costa Ricans mention that it's winter, because we're used to winter a very different way, but it is winter here.
It's as close as it gets.
Mickey's favorite movie is Tombstone. That's a good choice.
Is that now? I'm getting my westerns confused. Is that the one with I'm Your Huckleberry? What one is?
No, is that Tombstone? That's good.
Let us know if that's the Val Kilmer, etc.
Hey Siri.
History buff.
Show me Tombstone, the movie.
Here are matches for Tombstone.
I don't remember.
History buff says that's the Val Kilmer one.
Oh, yeah, okay. I thought so, but you threw me off when you asked me because I was like, oh, now I'm not so sure.
Excellent choice. Hello, Mo Peaches.
Educating Rita. I don't know that one. Who's in that one?
Oh, that goes back to the 80s, early to mid 80s. Who is that in that one? That was a grown up movie when I was not yet a grown up.
Is that Educating Rita? Oh, like Meryl Streep or something. LA Confidential, John. You're showing your age, man. I actually don't remember that movie. I have seen it. I know I have, but I don't remember it very well. It was Kim Basinger, right? And one of the Baldwins.
I've never seen that one.
Barry, another good Brad Pitt movie is 12 Monkeys.
Yes.
Ooh, solid
Good call,
choice.
yeah.
Definitely one close to my favorite Brad Pitt movie.
What's your favorite Brad Pitt movie? And can I guess before you answer? Because I think your Brad Pitt favorite
tell me what you think.
might be the same as mine. You gotta love Snatch.
Oh, I do love Snatch. That's true.
Do you like bags?
I totally forgot that Brad Pitt was in that movie, actually, but I do love that movie. So,
Hola, Felipe.
Hola. John's 52. Oh, I feel like LA Confidential is older than that, but reactions to movies and songs? No, we're probably never going to do reactions to movies. We've been asked before, and I've answered this question. There's two reasons. First of all, copyright problems are so complicated. It's hard enough to get music videos through. I couldn't even imagine what it must take to get movies through. But also, I am that person you never want to sit next to in the movie because I talk. But I'm the stereotype of the terrible women in the movies. I talk the whole time about the movie. So, yeah, I wreck the movie for people all the time. Sorry, guys. Mike is a very tolerant person. Russell Crowe. 7. Oh, another good Brad Pitt movie.
What's in the box?
Yeah, I love 7. That was a good one. So, what was that show we were watching the other day? Oh, The Imperfects.
Yeah.
We were watching. Was that Netflix?
Might have been Amazon.
It was a Netflix series. No, it was a Netflix series. The new Netflix series called The Imperfects. It was actually, we just binge watched the whole series. It was really great. And there was a funny scene there where they go to pick up that box, remember?
Well, they unburied that undead guy and his head was in the box.
His head was in the box. And she just goes, "What's in the box?" Laughed my ass off. Yeah. So Barry says sorry to John because he boycotts movies that feature bell bottoms. Would that be 7? Did that have bell bottoms in it? I don't know, but you can't fail with Kevin Spacey and Brad Pitt, and that was Morgan Freeman, right?
Freeman was in 7. Yeah.
Oh, wicked movie.
12 Angry
Gave
Men.
me nightmares for a while.
12 Angry Men was excellent. I really enjoyed 12 Angry Men.
Yeah, Mike really loves that one too. Another LA Confidential.
Nice, saying that's the one with the bell bottoms.
Fury. Oh, that was a good one.
We've seen that.
I don't remember that one so much.
The tank.
Yeah. I remember the movie. Psycho. Oh, yeah, good choice. Did you like the remake? Because the remake that had, what's his name? From Wedding Crashers. I love him. Vince Vaughn, yeah. As Norman Bates, I gotta say, I was actually impressed. I don't generally like a lot of remakes, but that one was done pretty well, and I really love Vince Vaughn. So
Felipe says Ad Astra. I don't think I've seen that one.
No, we haven't watched it.
But it reminds me of Ex Machina, which is another fantastic movie.
Ex Machina was a great movie.
It was strong resistance to remakes. Even if Vince Vaughn's in them being charming.
Yeah, it's tough, right? So some remakes are good because the original is often made in an era where cinematography is not that great. So lots of remakes I'll give a pass because they're made with better quality, even if it's slightly changes the story. But some remakes are just trash, right? Like, Ad Astra is an Interstellar wannabe. See, I heard that. And maybe that's one of the reasons we haven't bothered to watch it yet.
Maybe.
I heard some not great things about Ad Astra, but I do love Brad Pitt. So I keep, every once in a while, I'll say to Mike, "You want to watch this one?" He's eh. So we haven't got to it yet.
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Yes, classic. Yeah. Have you ever seen that one?
No.
Oh, it's good.
No,
It's like prime Jack Nicholson.
I know, but that movie is in an era of movies that I have a lot of trouble watching.
I know, but I'm gonna make you watch it sometime. Maybe it's really good.
What is the temperature in Costa Rica right now?
About 20 Celsius.
You think it's 20? I'm
Maybe-
wearing my
may-
sweater because I'm not feeling well and it's damp, so
Maybe
it
a
feels
little-
colder.
Lower now. The sun's gone down. Maybe
Mhm.
high teens.
Yeah, it's still pretty warm, and it sounds like the rain has stopped for now.
Hey, there
which
we go.
is nice. For a change, I was a little worried that the rain would be heavy because it gets so loud in here you can't even speak. So
What's it? Into the Wild. Oh, Valerie says it's got Vince Vaughn and a great soundtrack.
Into the Wild? Oh, I don't know that one.
I think Rob's telling us his favorite movie is Heathers.
So Rob, is it Heather's? Because I got a funny story about that. I have these chickens. They're these huge, fat chickens. They look like a Christmas turkey with feathers, right?
Yeah,
like
kinda.
they're really fat
They're
and
pretty
round, and when
puffy,
they
big.
walk, they waddle
Pretty big puffy chickens.
like
it's true.
really, really fat ladies do, right? But they're kind of mean. They walk around together in a group, and they pick on some of the other chickens sometimes. So I usually name all of our pets, or well, all of our animals. They're not all pets. Some of them are food, but I usually name all our pets. But these ones I didn't bother to give individual names. We just nicknamed them the Heathers because they're like the Heathers. And they had the lead one. She actually died. She got killed by something, but she was Veronica because she was the mean one. And then the other ones just kind of followed her around and followed her lead. So we always just call them the Heathers.
See, Rob likes that one.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Rob, I don't know if you were on when I mentioned it. My favorite is Grosse Pointe Blank,
Mm.
which, soundtrack is killer.
Some soundtrack by Eddie Vedder. Into the Wild. You have to look that one up. I don't know. We used to love movies. I'm a huge movie buff. We don't get to watch as many now. There's no movie theaters within.
Probably, is there one in San Isidro? Maybe.
I think there's a movie theater in San Isidro, but that's 3.5 hours away, and it would all be in Spanish. Any movie theaters that show movies in English will probably only be in San Jose, and that's 6 hours away. So,
Oh, Rob says he used to look like John Cusack in his youth.
did he?
I used to look like, what's his name, that played Cameron Fry in Ferris
Remember
Bueller.
Cameron Fry from Ferris Bueller? Mike used to look like him in his teens. I've seen pictures. It's the fact.
Oh, we watched Alita.
Yes. Alita was really good. Really cool James Cameron, Robert Rodriguez movie called Alita. Yeah, I liked that one. I'm not a huge James Cameron fan, but don't give me that face.
Did he do Terminator 2? Terminator.
Did he do the Terminators?
He did one of the Terminator. Hi, Leslie.
Hi, Leslie B. Oh, Leslie, I was going to message you earlier. If you haven't seen my video of our hike that I put on my channel this morning, you should watch it. I put a little Easter egg in there just for you. Barry says, I used to look like me when I was younger.
Didn't
You
we
probably
all?
still do a little now, too.
Right?
So, did you like American Hustle? No. And never watched Silver Linings Playbook, actually.
No, me neither.
No. American Hustle, we watched that. Or maybe I watched it. Yeah, I don't know what it is about. What's her name? Jennifer Lawrence? I don't know. I can't get into her. I mean, she's okay. We watched all the Hunger Games movies because our kids were reading the books. But yeah, I've never loved her a lot.
Yeah. Well, that's a good spinoff. Actors and actresses you like and don't like.
Jim Jackson's Story Ginger, but the 70s, some of the greatest movies. It's true. A lot of the stories from the 70s movies were really, really good. The aesthetic really irritates me, right? Like a lot of the 70s movies, the aesthetic is just.
The 70s were an ugly decade, man. There's
ugly.
no lying.
It's true.
No lying
So I
about
have trouble watching a lot of them. One movie from that era that I can say is one of the best movies from that era that I've seen is Towering Inferno.
Ginger loves her disaster
I
movies.
love disaster movies. And that was a really, really good one. And none of the remakes of it have come even close.
So I got to ask you, I mentioned my favorite, and we've got some in the comments. What's yours? What's your favorite movie if you had to pick one?
Ask hard questions now. My favorite movie. Okay. Probably would be The Burbs.
Ah. Mhm.
Yeah.
More so than Christmas Vacation?
Yeah. It's a tight race between The Burbs and Christmas Vacation, guys. For my favorite. It's definitely tight between those two. But if I have a whole list of favorites. I have a rotation of like maybe 10 movies that on a regular basis they'll just rewatch. I've watched the Burbs hundreds of times for sure. Same with Christmas Vacation. But there's also Armageddon, Independence Day, what's that? Dante's Peak. Told you I like disaster movies, right? Oscar, which is a great, way underrated movie. If you haven't seen Oscar with Sylvester Stallone, I definitely recommend. If you like funny movies, it's the funniest movie I've ever seen with Sylvester Stallone in it. And it's got like Marissa Tomei and Chaz Palmieri, all kinds of Palminteri,
even.
whatever his name is.
So Rob's a Slapshot fan.
Oh,
You know what,
That's a good
Rob? I
one.
like that movie, but for me, the best part's in the first 10 minutes when that goalie's giving that interview and explaining what all the penalties are.
Mm.
I don't know how you sit in the bad boy box and feel much shame. You feel shame.
Rob says 30 years ago today, Singles was released. Did you ever watch that movie?
No, I don't think I've ever seen it.
No, I can't get him to watch it either. I don't know why. I liked it okay. It was all right. Christian Bale. Yeah, we were just watching iRobot. Not iRobot, Mr. Robot. That TV show.
That was
Mr.
Christian Slater.
Isn't that who we're Christian Bale. I'm catching up. I haven't even
Christian.
drank. This is my first glass, even, guys. Christian Bale. Yeah, I like him. I didn't like him as Batman because, sorry guys, Batman should not have a lisp. It's weird. But I really loved Equilibrium.
Mhm.
That's probably my favorite Christian Bale
American
movie.
Psycho.
I didn't love American Psycho. It was interesting to watch, and he did a really good job playing the character, but the movie was a little bit too art house for me, right? The Machinist was disturbing, but very well done. Like, I really like Christian Bale. He's a good actor. He plays really kind of edgy roles.
You know who I can watch in anything?
Mm.
And it's a weird choice.
Mm.
It's Chloe Grace Moretz.
It's true, guys.
I just always seem to enjoy movies
Grace
when she's in it.
Mm-hmm. Ever since we saw
Hit Girl.
She was Hit Girl. What was that movie called again?
It was.
Guys, help me out. What was the name of that movie? We even own it. I can't remember what it's called. Animal House. Oh my goodness. What?
Toga.
Leslie says E.T. is her favorite. Oh,
This is for you, Leslie.
I loved Drew Barrymore in that. She was so freaking adorable. Alfred Hitchcock's Vertigo. I was a big Alfred Hitchcock fan in the day. Like the Alfred Hitchcock Presents used to be on the TV. What was that, Sunday nights? I can't even remember. I used to watch it all the time. I loved it. And Rob Taylor retracted a message. You like Tool and also like those horrible movies.
She's a keeper. It's true.
I like it when they make things blow up. Jerry Bruckheimer and Michael Bay are my two favorite people, right? Like,
Bye, Mo Peaches, if you're still on.
Bye, baby. If there's a movie with their name on it, I'm watching it for sure. So, I mean, some of them are actually kind of bad, but they're still worth watching anyway. They're fun.
Empire of the Sun.
Oh, wow. When you were a kid?
I saw that movie as a teenager.
That's heavy, man.
I was a teenager when it came out. And I came out of that movie, and it took me 20 minutes to reorient to the 20th century Canada.
Yeah.
Like, that movie had me in its world entirely. It felt really weird when I came out, and you know, it was the 80s.
Yeah.
It was
That's
really
a really heavy
something.
choice for a kid. Oh. So Doug says Blazing Saddles and High Plains Drifter. That's why we're friends, Doug. That's a good choice. Oh, The Fighter.
I don't know if I know that one. Who's that? Remind me.
I can't remember. We haven't watched it for sure. I have a really hard time with, like, that's a boxing movie, right? I have a really hard time with boxing. Boxing's one of those sports I never really understood why people watch it. I don't know why. Not that I mind watching people get beat up, right? Like, I'm a John Wick fan, but it just seems a little less elegant when it's boxing, right? What is our favorite era of music? So my answer will be different from Mike's. My answer is the 90s because I really like grunge and alternative. Mike's 80s.
80s for sure.
Because he really liked the new wave.
Yeah, I really liked all kinds of stuff, lots of intricate parts, which synthesizers really enabled a lot of.
And then I'll say on the side, as a side favorite, whatever era was big on things like Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin. What era was that? 40s, 50s?
A lot of 40s, 50s. Sounds like Walter's going home.
That's our neighbor Walter, and now our dog is leaving because he loves Walter more than he loves us.
Bye, Dave.
There he goes. Bye, Dave.
Can't blame him.
Walter's a nice guy. Christmas Vacation. Yeah. You loved Fletch? I didn't love Fletch, but I will be honest. What was that other one? Crazy Farm? Funny Farm. With him in it. I really loved. Chevy Chase, I'm hot and cold on, depending on the movie. But Christmas Vacation has got to be one of my favorites of all time.
We named our cats Todd and Margot.
Yes, our kittens are Todd and Margot from Christmas Vacation. So Mike hated it when I suggested it, but he couldn't think of anything better. So I win. A Clockwork Orange. Oh my.
Hi, Margot.
She's like, let me go.
She's like, I only do sitting on laps voluntarily. Don't you dare pick me up. Mark
Wahlberg and Christian Bale. Yeah, I would agree. I love Mark Wahlberg. If he's in a movie, I'll watch it. I don't care what it is. I find him a really good actor, actually. I can believe him in lots of different things. I've seen him. Oh, what was that movie where he played the abusive boyfriend?
I don't remember.
It was he was really good. Like it was an unusual role for him. I can't remember what it was called now. 80s Prague. Yeah.
I got to be honest. There's a comment here about not loving Prague, and it's true. There is one Prague song I absolutely love to death.
What song is that?
Phasers on Stun by FM.
Oh, yeah.
Chef's Kiss. That one is perfect.
What's up, Margot? Barry says he took a high school sweetheart to see Exorcist on their first date. Dude. Well, she dumped you the next day, so that was a good filter, actually. So you got rid of the dead weight.
Theory is she gets scared and grabs onto you and gets close. Doesn't always work.
Never take a girl to a movie with projectile vomiting. There's a tip.
That's a good rule of thumb.
It's never a good idea. John says prog rock for him. Tool is prog, but it's not really. Well, okay, some of it can be very overly indulgent prog, but lots of it's not. I just really like the way they work rhythm, right? Like I find their music really interesting, and I love Maynard's voice, right? So I can listen to him in anything. But some prog can get like I can't listen to Rush at all, right? Some prog I find really kind of just too long.
Mm-hmm.
Just too long. Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin, popular well up into the 60s. Yeah. So, but it's hard to pick an era for them, but I love that kind of music a lot. So I have quite a bit of it. I had 3 or 4 Frank Sinatra CDs before we moved.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Any movie with Elias?
I think he was the guy in Let the Right One In. Is that right, Rob? With Chloe Grace Moretz. He was like the old thrall and she was like, he was getting old and tired of murdering people and giving her the
Let
blood.
Me In? It was a Let Me In.
I think there was the original Swedish and then the American remake.
Where she was a vampire.
Same movie. Yeah, one of them was Let Me In. One of them was Let the Right One In. I don't remember which.
Elias Koteas.
I think he was the older guy that was with her when she moved into that apartment. And then remember, she leaves at the end with the kid. He's like the thrall.
Yeah. Oh.
Am I right, Rob? Is he in that movie? Have you seen that movie?
Oh, Fear. So John, yes, you're right. Mark Wahlberg and Reese Witherspoon in Fear. Yeah. It was really unusual to see him that way. He was like a psychopath. It was very cool. It was not a bad movie, actually. I can't remember who played her dad. It's the guy I sometimes mistake for Richard Dreyfuss, I think. I can't remember his name. Robin Williams and Dead Poet Society. I really enjoyed that movie when I was a teenager. I haven't watched it since, but I did when I was a teenager. I do love Robin Williams. I've always really liked him.
Rage against the dying of the light. Or as Bruce Coburn spun it, got to kick at the darkness till it bleeds daylight.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
John wants to meet around. Too late, John. I've already left.
Uncle Buck. Good call, Leslie. That's a hilarious
love
movie.
That movie.
Actually,
I was the kind of parent like Uncle Buck was, right? Like I was the one that would show up with a shovel and an axe in the trunk of the car and just kind of subtly and subliminally threaten the boyfriends, right? Just make them aware that I know where to hide a body if I need to, and I'm not afraid to dig.
Do you remember what Mark's favorite movie is?
No.
It's also John Candy. For some reason, when he was like 10 or 12, my son Mark just fell in love with Cool Runnings. It's like his favorite movie.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Oh.
Ruben, we're not really doing suggestions because we have so many leftover suggestions.
Yeah, I mean, you can pop one in the comments and I can add it to the list. But yeah, I have a huge list right now.
We're so far behind. Adding more is kind of fruitless, I think.
He's right. From Fear, the guy from CSI played Grisham, right? I don't know his name. You're right. He was the dad in that movie,
Gil.
Fear. Yeah, Gil.
Okay,
Gil
I never really
Grisham.
watched the show much. So.
Yeah. John says you're definitely my favorite aunt.
Aunt Buck.
Yeah. Oh, I'm out.
Would you like some more?
I would love some more if you don't mind.
I can bring you some more.
Thank you.
It's
because I'm buried underneath the microphone and I have a lap full of Margot. Let's see. She's made me her home. I don't know where Todd is. He's off somewhere chasing something. Margot has proven herself to be a very good hunter. I've caught her murdering a bird yesterday. She's just sitting at the bottom of the couch. I'm sitting here and I suddenly hear crunch, 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 crunch. And I look down and she's got a bird. She ate the whole thing. She's like this big. I couldn't believe it. Crash Exotica. Crash, really? Oh, I found that movie too weird for me. Those are people that I do not understand. Exotica was really good. I don't know a lot of people in that movie. Can't remember the girl that was in it. But I remember I used to really like her. She was in a few movies I really liked. Some Kind of Wonderful is a great movie. Great from that takes me back, that one. A lot. It's just I remember when Some Kind of Wonderful came out, I was fascinated by the fact that the popular pretty girl in that movie was a redhead. And I almost never saw that, right? Like I grew up living kind of the experience from Molly Ringwald movies where the redhead was always the reject. And that's the way that my life was especially in high school. So to see the popular pretty girl be the redhead was like an alien to me.
I came back.
Thank
just
you.
In case you missed me.
Thank you. Do we like craft beer? I don't like beer at all. Actually, the smell of it makes me want to throw up. But Mike drinks beer sometimes. You like craft beer, right? Generally? As long as it's not an IPA?
Yeah, I don't like IPAs. But down here, you get what you get. Pretty much, it's all pretty run of the mill, lightweight loggers.
Yeah. Well,
Which I don't mind because it's always warm. It's warm year round. I used to in the winter like to drink something like a red or a honey brown,
mhm.
but that's a little too heavy for down here.
Yeah, you don't get a lot of variety down here. We always buy Stella Artois because we have it at the duty free, and the quality of it's good. So that's what our guests get. So Barry, I have to claim false advertising on the stream. It's only half true. We're having a nice chat, but the fireside suits. Here.
It's
hold on.
behind the
I have
camera.
this. I'll show you.
We're beside a fire.
Yeah, it's actually the fireplace is there. The fire, if you can see, is dying because we're neglecting it. So we are in fact next to the fire, but you can't see it.
What's left? We're next to what's left of the fire.
Yeah, it's dying. The wood is so damp. It just can't keep it dry. But it takes the chill off, and some of the smoke keeps some of the bugs away. So, but John says redheads are his weakness. Mike too.
It's okay. I scored one.
Who was my teen? Who was your teen movie crush?
Oh, teen movie crush. Jeez. Maybe Leah Thompson.
Mm,
Go figure.
yeah. Mine? That's a good question. I have to think back. It's so long ago. Who was my teen movie crush? I'd probably go with the same movie and say, was that Eric Stoltz in that?
He was in Some Kind of Wonderful.
Yeah. Probably. He would be high on the list for teen movie crushes. I'm having a hard time actually remembering any from my teens.
I don't know. I'm being assaulted.
I always really liked. It's funny because here I'm married to Mike, and he's kind of dusky, right? But I always back in my day, I always liked the blondes with the blue eyes, right? I liked pretty boys when I was
Oh,
younger.
wait, you saying I'm not a pretty boy?
You're not a pretty boy. You're not.
I'm ruggedly handsome.
Yes.
Okay.
Favorite cocktail for me, margarita, for sure. I love a good margarita. Do you like cocktails at all, really?
I don't know. Does Ryan Ginger count as a cocktail?
No, you like the Moscow Mule.
Moscow Mule is good. Yeah.
Yeah, he likes ginger, so go figure.
Go figure.
Madman, hello, Mike and Ginger. Just got back from the stores. Have to order my birthday dinner and pick it up. Happy birthday!
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask you how old you are. How many patty whacks today? Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning.
To
Gigi? Is it
wherever
Gigi?
you are in the other side of the planet, because it's evening here.
Oh, Rob says he has a thing for Molly's. Ringwald and Parker. Yeah. Oh, Molly Parker.
I'm trying to
Yeah,
remember.
she's from she was in Lost in Space. She played the mom.
Oh, but
The
that's
new
obviously much
one.
more recent.
Oh yeah. I think the first movie I saw her in was that movie. I can't remember what it was called, but she played a young girl who was a necrophiliac. It was really kind of edgy and weird.
Yeah. You don't say.
Yeah, that's the first time I ever saw her in anything, and it was a little fascinating. That was an interesting window. Like, I was young when that movie came out, and I remember going, I had no idea it was even a thing for people to have sexual relations with dead people. This was like a window into a new facet.
No bueno.
No. I mean, I wasn't interested. Let's just be clear. I wasn't like, oh, that sounds intriguing. But I was like, I always really like kind of abnormal psychology. So movies about kind of odd behavior like that, I find interesting sometimes. It's sometimes also just way too confusing. But John says you scored.
I did score. It's true.
But he married a brunette who's a hairdresser. She teases me about dyeing her hair. Oh, red? No, what's the matter with brunette? Brunette's lovely. I was a brunette when Mike met me.
Mm-hmm.
And when we got married, I was a brunette for 8 years. 59. Happy birthday. I hope you get cake. Cake's not really a thing here, so I'm probably never going to have a birthday cake again.
It's true.
And John, yes, freshly squeezed lime is a key to the good margarita. Never use the mix. I freshly juice my own. Actually, we have to use limones here, which is like a hybrid lime,
Grapefruit.
lemony, orange thing. It's a hybrid citrus. So it's a little more tart than lime, but I always freshly squeeze it and real what do you call it? Agave syrup in it. Yeah, and the Grand Marnier, usually we use triple sec because that's all I can find here. And like I like the brown tequila, like the amber tequila. I know most people like the white tequila better, but I like the amber tequila, so I use that, a Jose Cuervo, and fresh crushed salt. I love it. I could have like 10 of them, and then Mike has a good time.
No lies detected.
Ruben, Rosanna Arquette. What? She was your crush? Oh, I never liked her.
Ginger doesn't get guys' taste in women. Sometimes it's true.
No.
She's
Well, I
like,
never
you
liked
think
her
she's
at
good
all.
looking? My dad
Even-
thinks she's good looking. How come you think she's good looking? She just doesn't get it. Don't worry. If you like Rosanna Arquette,
No, you know
it's
what?
all good.
I never even liked her as an actress either. I never liked her.
Phoebe Cates is maybe a little more understandable.
Yeah, I understand Phoebe Cates. She had that kind of perfectly adorable face.
Leslie, it's your birthday too? I didn't know it was
What?
when your birthday was.
Happy birthday!
You should have beer and pizza too.
Yes. I hope you don't have to work tonight. But guys, I used to work with Leslie, so I feel for her if she has to work tonight. I wouldn't want to. No. So Ruben, no, we haven't seen the sea turtles yet. The migration, the place where they do their migration is up in the north, right?
A little north of here. We could get there in a day.
Could we?
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe the next time they do their migration, we'll head down and check it, head up actually, and check. Yeah, we haven't gotten to see that yet.
Been a little busy getting a house and settling in and stuff. Hopefully in the next, little while we'll have more time.
Michelle Nichols, didn't she pass away recently?
Yes, she did recently.
Oh yeah. Oh, he likes some exotic looking. She was pretty hot. I can't lie.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the goddamn bacon says, someone say tequila. I've been summoned. I wish I had some right now. I'm out. I margaritaed out. So, Blanco tequila. Yeah, I mean, there's no bad tequila for me, right? But I prefer the amber tequila. I don't. The flavors. It has more flavor, I find. The white tequila often, it's almost like you can't taste it at all. It just hits you.
It's just danger,
right? You just one day or 1 minute you're fine, the next minute you're suddenly right. Raquel Welch, madman. Good choice, buddy. I have always had a huge girl crush on Raquel Welch. She's really something. John says we're the best. He loves these chats.
Thanks,
he likes it better when we're drinking too, I'm sure.
Yeah, Ruben's right. We're busy living.
Mm-hmm.
We did tour around a bunch of the country, but at the time we were doing that, I don't think it was sea turtle season.
No.
And then we were getting real estate, and now we're constructing and wrestling the property under control.
Yeah.
So yeah, our day will come. I'm losing weight and getting stronger.
Leslie took the day off for her birthday. Good girl. And you're spending with us. Thank you. I love you, Leslie B. John says, yeah, there is no bad tequila. He's right. So, yeah, you know what? I'm a big fan of cocktails in general. I love whenever we go to a restaurant, if I see an interesting looking cocktail on the menu, I'll always order it just to try it because I really like trying out new ones.
I do like the mule, but I have to say my drink of choice is rye and ginger. There is no rye in this country.
No, Mike cannot get rye whiskey here at all. we're gonna see my parents in January, and I'm gonna have to ask them try to smuggle a bottle in for us because yeah, you can't get it here. I have looked everywhere. We'll go to the duty-free store, and there's like a wall of whiskey. There's got to be 20 or 30 different brands, but they're all Scotch whiskey or sour. The Jack Daniels. That's it. There's no rye at all, which is really weird to
No
me.
rye is no bueno. That's okay. There's rums,
The
spiced
tequila
rums.
you're likely thinking of is añejo. It's the most aged of the three major types, and it's the darkest. Whatever Jose Cuervo Especial is, I just go for the color. First celebrity crush, who we also just recently, Olivia Newton-John. She was my first girl crush for sure. I loved Olivia Newton-John.
Now, see, this was
Her and Linda Carter.
the question originally was teen crush. If you want to go first crush,
Yeah.
I go back before my teens, and I had one too. Marie Osmond.
Oh, Mike loved Marie Osmond, guys.
Every Friday night, Donnie and Marie came on. Ooh, got my Marie fix. I'm like 6.
Yeah, Michelle Nichols did just pass away. Or Nichelle. Nichelle Nichols did just pass away. John says, get a P.O. box. Maybe we can send it to you. You're not going to get that through customs
No.
here. No, I can't even get mail, right? Like, we don't get mail
Never
here.
mind trying to get a bottle of the good stuff down.
No. No. Leslie loves a Bellini. Oh, I haven't had one of those in years.
I don't even know what that is.
It's a cocktail. It's fancy.
I am not fancy.
Just like Leslie.
Rye, ginger, ice, lime wedge. Solid.
Yeah, he's Linda Carter. Yep. I loved Wonder Woman when I was a girl. It was my favorite TV show.
See, back around that era, I was more, I'm not sure exactly if it was the same years, but close enough. Aaron Gray from Buck Rogers.
Yeah,
Yes,
guys,
please.
you remember Buck Rogers? Oh, that bodysuit she wore, that shiny blue bodysuit.
Yeah, she was hot.
She was hot. Have we ever tried mezcal? Yes, I have. Have you tried it?
I'm not sure if I have or not.
Yeah, but I'm not eating that worm. I don't like bugs. It's too weird. I don't love mezcal though. I find it really harsh. It's like the moonshine. Right? It's just all really harsh. We had excellent Bellinis before the Florence show. Oh, Florence and the Machine? I wonder, where did you have those? I wonder. In Ottawa, probably, right?
Kathleen Turner.
Kathleen Turner.
Every time I hear her name.
You think of Kathleen Turner Overdrive.
Yeah, that great band name, Kathleen Turner Overdrive.
Yeah, Kathleen Turner. I understood why guys found her attractive, but I can't tell you how much I laughed, guys, when she was in Friends and she played Chandler's transvestite dad. Because I always, when I was younger, always thought to myself, that woman looks a little like a man. She does. So when they made her into Chandler's dad, I thought it was hysterical because I was like, it was the perfect pick for this role. But Madman says, I have a bottle of Black Death tequila. Wow. I don't know if you want to eat that or drink that. Black Death tequila. Huh.
See, Jamie's appreciating the Buck Rogers. Good evening, Jamie.
Hello, yeah. Spandex in the week. Yes. She would win every time for sure. I loved Buck Rogers. It was such a great show. So Barry says the harshest liquor I ever tried is Mao Tai Chinese liquor. I haven't heard of that one before. Is it like sake? I imagine it probably would. Is it made from rice?
Is it nasty like ouzo?
Oh, ouzo is like.
Rob breaks out in handcuffs. He's allergic to rye.
What? He breaks out in handcuffs. What does that mean?
Gets drunk on it. It's
Oh.
disorderly. Needs an arrest.
That's how I get. Well, I don't really get disorderly on tequila. I just mostly get really. I laugh and get naked. Oh, he has a bottle of Jack Daniels that he bought for $35 and it's now worth 570. What bottle of Jack Daniels is worth $575?
A good one.
Crazy. I never really liked Jack Daniels actually. Jamie says she's a weirdo, or he's a weirdo. My first crush, a character in a book. Okay, what character? That's what I want to know.
Mm-hmm.
Because I can understand that. I was a huge bookworm, so was Mike.
Yep.
Right? So a lot of my crushes were book characters too, for sure. So
John, now you put it in my head. Beady, beady, beady.
you're gonna hear it all
Hated that
night
thing.
now. Not like sake. It's made from sorghum. That's a grain, right? They make flour out of sorghum.
I think so, yeah.
Oh, never even heard of that. Free plantains down there? Yes, we have plantains and bananas on our property. I currently have 4 huge bunches of bananas, like big bunches of bananas. At least, 30, 40 bananas on each bunch?
Easily.
Hanging on the side of the rancho, just starting to get yellow. We have so many, I actually feed them to the chickens because I can only eat so many bananas. And I'm the only one really, well, I guess me and my daughter Claudia are the only ones who like the plantains, so I don't make them very often because Mike doesn't like them. Mangoes. We can't grow them on our property, not really, because where we are in the mountains is a little bit cooler. And I have a mango tree, but it doesn't seem to grow mangoes because it's too cool.
Rob, adios, amigo.
See you, Rob. Thanks for coming out. House of Dragons. So, before you go, tell me, is that any good? Should I watch that? Because we're kind of in a show hole right now.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so we can't grow mangoes, but we can get them everywhere, and they're dirt cheap. I'm the only one who likes mangoes, so I don't buy them that often because I can only eat so many of those too.
The pineapples we grow on our property, I'm a big fan of, though.
Yeah, we've got pineapples. We have every kind of citrus, a ton of citrus trees.
Cheers to Piper Hall, Jamie. I got that reference. I feel like Captain America. I got that reference.
Who's Piper Hall?
It's a place in a book.
Oh, it's a place?
Yes, Harper Hall.
Oh,
Sorry,
McCaffrey.
Harper Hall. I'm old. It's been a long time since I've read that trilogy.
McCaffrey fan. I was quite smitten with a girl named Menely.
From the Harper Hall trilogy.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. I don't think I've read those. Wait, candied bacon? I need to know more. I need to know what this is about. This candied bacon thing. Banana pancakes with
flambéed bananas.
Flambéed bananas, like an Oscar. Bananas Oscar. Okay, so House of Dragons is holding up well, but avoid that Ring series. I said to Mike the other day, because I heard lots of terrible things about that Lord of the Rings
nothing
series.
But bad things.
Nothing but bad things. But I said to him, do you want to really give it a try and see? And he's like, no. So, okay. Just finished the apple dumplings. Ooh, apples is one thing that I miss a little. We can get them here, but they're expensive. And there's only like one kind.
Yeah, it's not the...
they're all Ida Reds.
The great array of bananas we could get in Ontario.
Yeah.
John, if you have more teen movie crushes, bring it on. Why not? And anybody else, favorite movies that we haven't heard from?
Yeah, we were good. We started out on favorite movies and devolved into liquor, and it's not a problem. But chocolate dipped maple candied bacon. So maple candied, I'm with, but I don't know if I would dip it in chocolate. At least you might flip my taste for chocolate. I gotta be honest.
You would try it.
I might try it, but the candied bacon thing for sure. Actually, that's another thing we grow on our property. We have a cacao tree, so my daughter has actually roasted her own cacao beans and made her own cocoa that she is planning to make into chocolate as soon as I can find her a coffee grinder, which I have been having trouble finding here. So he takes flavored whiskey and soaked the bacon in it overnight, Crown Royal or Regal Apple. So I don't know where you are, goddamn bacon, but in Canada before we left, Crown Royal sold Crown Maple, which was a maple flavored Crown Royal whiskey, which was absolutely incredible. I don't know if you can get that where you are, but if you can, I recommend it. That would be really good. Brad says he's late. No, you're just in time. We're starting the party now because you're here.
Life begins at 40. The
Jamie
party
says
begins now.
his favorite movie is The Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai. Really?
That one was weird.
It was weird. It's good for a laugh. James Bond. So, okay, James Bond. There's a good movie topic.
Mm-hmm.
Who's your favorite James Bond? It's tough.
I missed all the Connery stuff. It was before my time. Roger Moore was my first.
Mm.
And I have a sentimental spot for him. But I have to say, I've always really liked Pierce Brosnan as James Bond.
Yeah.
Because he's got the
Suaveness.
suave soul
and he
thoroughly
has
down.
That beautiful rakish grin.
And
I
I
love
was a
him.
big fan of him in Remington Steele.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
and Thomas Crown.
Yeah, Thomas Crown Affair. He was
Yeah,
great in
yeah.
that too.
Yeah, I would say probably Pierce Brosnan for me too, but I have to be honest, Daniel Craig is a very close second. I didn't think when they first cast him for Bond, I thought, what? Like a lot of people thought that. But when I saw it, I was like, holy shit,
Yeah, he brings
that was
back
really good.
tough, like more in a Sean Connery kind of flavor, right?
I guess
little
so. I
tougher and
never
harder.
liked Sean Connery, guys. I never liked him.
What?
Well, I've never enjoyed Sean Connery in anything. Well, I shouldn't say not in anything. Like he's okay, but I never liked him as Bond at all. I didn't find him attractive. He's not good looking. Roger Moore was very good looking. Roger Moore was totally my type back in the day.
Hmm.
My mother says Timothy Dalton is her favorite. I'm like, what?
He's a slasher of prices.
Priceless.
And it's another great movie, Hot Fuzz.
Natalie Wood. Oh yeah, that's going back. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm just catching up. So John says Roger Moore was his favorite. Jamie's on the Connery train. What? Yeah, I know. I just didn't find him. I don't know. He's a little gritty. Which gritty's not terrible. Daniel Craig was gritty too. I don't know. So Barry says the writing in the newer James Bond movies is much better. They're less campy, right? So a plus for the newer ones. I do prefer them less campy, even though camp has its place. But I do prefer them a little like more serious and gritty too. So he's right about that. We could have been Bond a lot sooner, but Remington Steele wouldn't let him out of his contract. Really? Wow, they were looking at Pierce Brosnan that far back? Wow. Huh. That's okay. Rum is basically sugar. Sugar cane. Yes, it's true. Actually, we have sugar cane in the backyard, a ton of it. I could probably make my own rum if I wanted to.
Yeah.
Hunt for Red October. Yeah, that's was an okay movie. Is that Tom Clancy?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. His movies, I don't know what it is about his storytelling style. I find them drag on. They drag on really far.
Jamie's with me on Timothy Dalton. Hot Fuzz is the first thing that comes to mind. Watch out or you'll be up to your necks in mimes and jugglers.
We loved that movie. That was a great movie. Yeah.
Shaun of the Dead was also good.
Yes. Also very good. We're huge Simon Pegg fans, right? Mike loves the British humor
Yeah.
like a lot. Jamie's sister loves Safdie Brosnan. Yeah, he's been a big crush of mine for a long time. He's got that smile. It's the panty melter smile. Oh. Ooh. Timothy Dalton Bond movies are terrible. Not even wrong. But I have to be honest, Timothy Dalton, see, you think of Hot Fuzz, but I think of Penny Dreadful whenever I think of Timothy Dalton, which is weird because it's so late in his career, but it's the most recent thing I think I've seen him in.
Was he the Living Daylights Bond? Or View to a Kill?
I don't.
Great 80s.
You ask hard questions.
Great 80s theme songs, Aha and Duran
Yeah,
Duran.
I can't tell you which movies were Timothy Dalton movies. Honestly, I don't remember. I remember him in a Doom Buggy, but I can't remember what movie it was. Yeah. Uh-oh, Brad says we're breaking up badly.
Well, we're an hour in. Maybe that's a cue where we should gracefully exit rather than being all chopped up.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe my daughter's streaming something upstairs and it's chewing up our pipe. Oh, Her Majesty's Secret Service was the only Timothy Dalton Bond movie. Okay. I don't know if I ever watched that one. Yeah. But Jamie, it's true. You weren't allowed to make a movie in the 80s without a good soundtrack. Straight up facts. But the 80s had so much good music. It was totally... And I think it was kind of an era where I think they deliberately went out and made movies that they could put good soundtracks to. So you had like the 80s were soundtrack movies.
All the John Hughes stuff.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, yeah. John Hughes movies had great soundtracks. And then I don't know what was the 90s, but I guess the aughts were the times when the movies were musicals, right? Like you had High School Musical and like the Pitch Perfect things. And
was that far back?
In the aughts?
Oh, the aughts. Sorry, they said the 90s.
No, I said I don't know what the era of movies were in the 90s. I don't remember. I was a teenager, so I wasn't going to a lot of movies. Sybil Shepherd. I always really loved her. I loved her show, Sybil, and I loved Moonlighting. So, yeah, I can understand. Ooh. Robert Downey Jr., another person I love. I don't remember Chances Are, but... Oh. 90s and the internet had a bad impact on music. I really liked the 90s music.
I was never a grunge fan, so...
Yeah.
Okay.
Both
what? Movies featuring the F-14 had killer soundtracks. So Top Gun, obviously.
Iron Eagle?
I thought that
was that the F-14 and Iron Eagle?
That was where I went, but I thought that was an F-15.
I don't know anything about
They look
planes.
kind of the same, but they're not quite.
If you, I went for the first movie with a plane in it that I could think of that was an airplane. Excuse me, stewardess. I speak jive. Another good one. Brad liked Bruce in Moonlighting. Yes,
he was
absolutely loved Bruce Willis.
Very funny in that.
Bruce Willis is another one of those people that it doesn't matter what the movie is. If he's in it, I'll watch it because I absolutely love Bruce Willis. And some of them are stinkers. Like he's been in a couple pretty bad movies. What's that science fiction one we saw? The space one that he was like in it for all of 20 minutes.
Oh yeah, it was terrible.
It was pretty new. It was really bad. I can't even remember what it was called, but
so Iron Eagle was an F-16 apparently. So what was the other one with an F-14 other than Top Gun? Come on, Bacon, you're keeping me in suspense.
The Breakfast Club.
I love that movie, Ginger, not so much.
This is where I'm going to get the hate. I never liked that movie. I couldn't relate to those characters at all. I really, really dislike Judd Nelson. Like he's one of those ones that he irritates me just being on the screen.
So you didn't like it when he said it's an imperfect world, so squirrels fall out all the time? Come on.
No, I didn't find him fascinating.
Firefox I actually read long before I saw it, like 30 years before I saw it.
Pacific Rim. Yeah, those. What is that called? Kaiju movie?
Yeah.
I never loved those. I liked Godzilla, okay, but I liked that Godzilla that had Matthew Broderick in it, or that the Foo Fighters did the soundtrack for. Was it Foo Fighters or Nickelback? I can't remember now. But yeah, I was never a big kaiju movie fan.
No, me
I like
neither.
disaster movies, but I mean giant monsters, not so much. Unless it's Jurassic Park. That's another one of those ones that I could just put on a loop and watch over and over again. Okay. Watch Chances Are. Okay. That's an older movie though, I think, right? Clint Eastwood. Oh, I love Clint
Not
Eastwood.
Clint Eastwood.
I knew what you were going for.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, Jamie says I only saw Breakfast Club because I was under the influence of a woman. I hope you dumped her.
Harsh, bro. That's harsh.
Oh, Brad likes The Last Boy Scout. That is a very underrated Bruce Willis movie. That was a really good movie. Do you remember that one?
I don't even know if I've ever seen it.
You have seen it. You've
Then I
watched it with
don't-
me at
then I
least
don't
twice.
remember it.
Because I've watched it. Yeah, it was a good movie.
He got the goods first.
I hope it
Props.
was worth it, man. Bear McCreary kicked ass on the Godzilla King of the Monsters soundtrack. I don't know what that means. Who's Bear McCreary? Is Bear that Survivor guy?
Bear
Is he
Grylls?
Survivor
No.
Man? Oh, Bear Grylls.
No.
He's the only one I know named Bear. And he'll eat anything.
Well,
It's really
Leslie,
weird.
why are you laughing about Pretty in Pink? Just the whole movie is funny, or what?
I liked Pretty in Pink. That's one of my favorites. Clint Eastwood is 92. Yeah, good Clint Eastwood movies. We really liked Gran Torino.
Yeah.
Loved Gran Torino. You know, it's funny because we went to go see Gran Torino in the theater, and partway through, Mike turns to me and he says about Clint Eastwood's character, he goes, "That's going to be you when you're older." And I looked at him and I said, "Are you kidding? That's me now."
I still remember my first Clint Eastwood movie. What was your first Clint Eastwood movie?
Is it Unforgiven? Was that a
The
Clint Eastwood
Western?
movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, would have been Unforgiven.
I had a very cool teenage boy babysitter when I was a young kid. He let me stay up and watch on TV when they were airing The Gauntlet.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
like 7 and it was like, I'm staying up watching The Gauntlet with Dwayne. It's pretty cool.
So Barry, we did watch Gray Man.
Yep. It was pretty good.
I'm trying to remember. Did I fall asleep?
Maybe.
I think I might have fallen asleep partway through it, but like I wake up at 5:30 every morning, guys. So this is 8 o'clock at night. I'm like, so it doesn't matter how interesting the show or the movie is. I'm usually asleep partway through it. 20-minute snooze. John says the dichotomy, you're so complex. Why? I don't understand. What's complex about me? Because I'm like Clint Eastwood's character in Gran Torino?
They weren't expecting that side of you.
Guys, I'm legitimately so much like that. I'm totally the most take no shit person you've ever met. And I would absolutely throw knuckles if I had to, right? Like, when he kid up on the front lawn, right? And he says, "I don't make me come back here. It's gonna get fucking ugly." I laughed and laughed in the theater so hard because I was like, I would totally do that. That would totally be me.
I love Clint Eastwood.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Mystic River and Mystic River, I don't think I've ever watched actually. It's one of those ones I see and then I feel tempted and then something distracts me and I haven't never got to. Fifth Element. good choice.
So I think when we got together, you told me you didn't enjoy that
I
movie.
didn't love it.
And then we watched it again sometime.
Yeah, and I
you
liked it better after.
Yeah.
So it must have been the first time I watched it. It just was the wrong time for me. I never understood why everybody loved The Fifth Element so much, but then when I watched it the second time, yeah, it was much better. I love that. What's her name? Lilu?
Mm-hmm.
The multipass.
Multipass.
Pretty in Pink was definitely a typical 80s movie. Anything John Hughes, it was his era, right? Like the 80s was legitimately the John Hughes era.
Man was the best
for movies.
when you were Leslie, you're too young. I was actually a teenager in the 80s. Man was a genius.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Every Which Way You Can. I thought it was Every Which Way But Loose.
There was more than one.
There was more than one.
And I haven't seen any of them.
I saw the one with the orangutan.
They both had the orangutan.
Oh. Okay.
I need to see that.
You haven't seen it?
No, I haven't seen it.
I have. And Dirty Harry.
I was like 6 or 8 years old or something when the first one came out. And I was like, I wanted to go see it so bad because there was an orangutan. But it was not for children, really.
Yeah. And I mean, my parents, in my house when I grew up, I was watching whatever my parents wanted to watch because there was only one TV and they were in charge. My dad, I mean, he was a horror movie fan. So we were watching either my mom would choose the Disney movies or whatever the Sunday afternoon movie was, or we'd be watching horror movies. And that was pretty much it. Westerns was never on the channel ever. Goddamn Bacon says I didn't like The Fifth Element because Mila Jovovich cosplayed as a ginger in it. No, that's not why. It's because she has no breasts. I'm just joking.
You're brutal.
I'm just joking. I never understood her appeal. I know a lot of guys really, really like her. I never understood her appeal. She's pretty enough, but I don't know. I never found her really sexy. So it confused me a little, but I really liked, I do love Bruce Willis, so. Madman says his favorite movies are The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. Those are all good choices. They are great movies. And I have to say, when it comes to movies made out of like epic books, that's probably the best made series ever, right? Like I can't imagine anyone tackling those books and doing a better job. What was his name that did that?
Peter Jackson.
Yeah, Peter Jackson. He did about as good as it's possible to do from as vast and complex as that, for sure. So it was impressive.
Polar opposite of Starship Troopers.
Mike. Oh, Mike gets so incensed about the Starship Troopers.
You know what? I don't even mind that he disagreed with a lot of the politics and the philosophy in that book and chose to spin it as a dystopian nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
I really got pissed off with, if you're going to do that, could you at least have showed us the guys launching out of the torpedo tubes in the spaceships and the powered armor and all the great visual opportunities? No, they land in shuttles with little peaked caps. Come on.
He was so mad about it.
I walked out of that movie about ready to kill somebody.
That's as impassioned as you'll ever see Mike get. So Jamie says horror or horror. What does that mean? Like I grew up reading Stephen King because my dad had all the Stephen King books. So we watched a lot of movies like that, right? Like back in the days when they were actual horror movies, right? Like Cujo and Pet Sematary, stuff like that. Like my dad was a huge horror fan. So
Leslie wants to know what I mean. She's too young. Well, I guess I thought you were younger, so good for you for looking younger.
Yeah.
Take the compliment and shut up.
Oh, yeah, the Ring series. I've heard nothing but bad things about it. My dad's fave was How the West Was Won. I don't know that one. And see, Jamie agrees with my assessment of Mila Jovovich. And don't get me wrong, I like that Resident Evil stuff. But she's just not sexy. She's attractive. She's not ugly, but she's got a body like a 12-year-old boy, I think. But then again, okay, so I like me a nice looking gal, right? But I like mine curvy.
Mm.
I like my gals curvy. So Mila just doesn't make the grade. That movie, cute as a button. The new one or the old one?
The new one was a lot better.
The new one was very good. Yeah, we have to watch it again. We actually have it. We have a copy of it.
Mhm.
So we should watch it again. I like the one-liners and sudden impact. Dirty Harry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Classics.
Yeah. Jamie says Disney equals horror or horror. I don't understand what that means. You have to explain. That most Disney movies are horror to me, but I've never liked Disney movies. Well, most Disney movies, I should say. Goddamn Bacon says his biggest gripe on Starship Troopers was that not only were there no weapons shown on the ships, they had the worst escape pods in the galaxy. It was such a terrible movie.
That movie gets so much love from people who think, oh, well, he really satirized the politics of that book and really showed what a fascist Heinlein was and all this, right? But it's a terrible movie.
It is a terrible movie, and anybody who thinks Heinlein was a fascist is not going to be my friend. I love Robert Heinlein.
Me too.
I cite his quotes all the time. That dude knew what he's talking about. He's my hero, one of my heroes. But Beverly D'Angelo or Mimi Rogers? That's a good question. Which one are you, Mimi Rogers or Beverly D'Angelo?
I can't picture Mimi Rogers. I can picture Beverly D'Angelo in Christmas Vacation.
Oh, you can't picture Mimi
I don't
Rogers?
know
She was married to Tom Cruise for a little while.
Yeah, but what was
She's a
she in?
brunette.
Where would I have seen her? I don't know what she looks like. So
I can't name a movie she was in. I forget.
there's your whole problem.
I would say Beverly D'Angelo for me because I always was partial to blondes. But Mimi Rogers she's nothing to shake a stick at, that's for sure.
Denise Richards, yeah.
Denise Richards. Oh, I can see her appeal. When she comes out of that pool in that movie, what was it, Wild Things?
I don't know.
That's a gif that will live in my mind forever. That's for sure. Oh, exactly. Your choices were horror. I don't like Disney. Yeah, I mean, the Sunday afternoon Disney that was on when I was a kid, sometimes those movies were pretty good, like Return to Witch Mountain and stuff like that. I liked movies like that. And what was that adventure one with the cat and the two dogs?
It's Sunday night when the thing was on, but Disney movies, the TV went off until Dave Allen came on.
I like stuff like that, but like the cartoon movies and a lot of the newer Disney stuff I cannot take it, man. Those are not good movies, and they don't put forward good lessons and good ideas. They're not proper movies for children. Guys, Beauty and the Beast is about an abusive relationship. Nobody understands this. He's abusive. All
She
it
can
does
fix
is
him,
train
Ginger.
girls
She can fix him
to accept abusive
She can fix him.
husbands. Bad lessons. Don't show your children these movies.
So Barry
Samantha Fox is curvy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Barry wants to know about Daniel Craig's version of the girl with the dragon tattoo.
Oh, we both really
Yeah, I liked
enjoyed
it.
that. Yeah. I really like her. What's her name again?
Was that Noomi Rapace?
No, not Noomi Rapace. It's the other one.
Mara Rooney.
Mara Rooney. I always mix them up
Their
too. Their names are too. I really like Mara Rooney. She's very cool, and she did a good job of that character a lot. So yeah, that was a good one. Michael Ironside
in Top Gun.
Oh, that takes me back. I only always ever remember him in the Labatt ice commercial with the How Soon Is Now was in that commercial. It was when they used the Smiths song for the commercial and Michael Ironside was in it. It was the most memorable commercial from my childhood, I think. Mimi Rogers. Oh, played the mom in the Lost in Space movie? Oh, did you? Oh, you watched that with me, but it was a long time ago.
Yeah.
You're right. That was Mimi Rogers. I forgot. Drop Dead Gorgeous. I don't think I've watched that one before.
No, I haven't.
Modern Star Trek over Star Wars.
The last 3 Star Wars movies, or maybe the last 6, were all kind of crap.
Yeah, the Star Wars. Actually, no.
So that's a low bar.
I really liked that last one we watched of the Star Wars movie that had what's that dude that I keep saying he's ugly hot?
Oh, Adam Driver.
Adam Driver in it. I really liked that last Star Wars movie that had him in it, and he really does have the ugly hot down. I don't know if there's gals out there that understand what I'm talking about when I say ugly hot. He's got that, and that movie was actually pretty good for the new Star Wars stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It was better than most of the previous stuff. It was good though. The Incredible Journey. Yeah. So, normally when I was a kid, I would avoid any of the Disney movies that had animals in them because almost always an animal died. Right? Like I remember, what was that movie, The Bear?
I don't know. I did not. From the time I was old enough to turn off the TV, I didn't watch any Disney movies.
This Disney movie, The Bear, in the first 5 minutes, a gigantic boulder falls and murders this baby bear cub's mom. And I cried so hard I couldn't watch the rest of the movie. So I can't watch movies about animals most of the time because there's Todd. Hi, Todd. He's got Margot in his lap. And Todd.
Todd's gonna don't attack your sister. She's sleeping. She's all cozy.
Michael Ironside
sleeping.
was in Starship Troopers too? Huh. Oh, Shogun. Yeah, my mom used to watch Shogun. So hence I watched Shogun. I don't remember a lot about it though. I was pretty young, I think.
Yeah, I was quite young too. I just went and read a book when Shogun was on TV.
Oh, Top Gun Maverick's the other F-14 movie. Mike really loved that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Really loved it. Yeah, it was good. Oh, John still has Samantha Fox posters. Nice.
It's okay, John. Thank you. I have the internet.
What about the Alien movie that was a blatant commercial for Reese's?
E.T.?
E.T. Yeah, that's Leslie's favorite. I liked E.T. It was good. I really loved Drew Barrymore in it. She was very adorable.
Todd, you're getting compliments wherever you
Scanners. Oh, that one takes me back.
I've never seen it.
Oh, we should watch it.
Okay.
It's pretty good for its time. Ever see Haji, A Dog's Tale? No, we don't watch animal movies. I told you. If I see an animal die in a movie, I legitimately will cry. So sometimes we would watch those movies like, what was that one with Tom Cruise? The Last Samurai?
Mm-hmm.
And they're riding horses into battle and the horses get speared and I just get so upset about it. I'm like, oh my God, I can't finish watching this movie because of these animals dying. I hate seeing that. It upsets me. Oh, Kiss the Violet says, what a beautiful cat.
Yeah, Todd's a good looking boy.
Todd's a good looking boy. Margot's in his lap. She's pretty too. Oh, where is she? She's pretty comfortable. Just passed out in his lap. They're brother and sister, so they're very similar in coloring.
Todd and Margot, not me and Margot.
Yeah. But the DVD, what DVD was 10 hours
Shogun.
long? Oh, okay. It's a TV series. Yeah. My dog is named Coda from Little Bear, the Disney movie. Oh, okay. Is your dog brown like a bear? The dog doesn't die, but you'll cry anyway. Everybody likes it when I cry. You have no idea how ridiculously easy it is to make me cry.
I don't like to make you cry.
Oh, then don't put on animal movies.
I would never.
I can't take it. What was that one with Macaulay Culkin and what's her name? That girl.
You're asking exactly the wrong
Marnie?
person.
Was it Marnie and something? Marnie and Me?
Marley and Me?
Marley and Me. So, okay. Guys, we're at an hour and a half. Holy smokes. Snow Walker. No, I haven't seen that movie. I don't even know that one. I haven't heard of that movie. Is that like from the Game of Thrones, guys? Those are White Walkers, right? Yeah, so we're at an hour and a half. I think I'm gonna bail. The Last Samurai. Yes, good movie.
Mhm.
Tom Cruise is another one of those actors where it doesn't matter what the movie is. If he's in it, I will watch it. And he's done some stinkers too, but he's still always a safe bet. Like Mission Impossible movies are high on my list of favorites. I will watch and rewatch those all the time. No, I'm not watching Bambi and Leslie. You know that better. First of all, it's Disney. Secondly, it's an animal movie and they die, right? Terrible. That takes place in the Canadian Arctic. Barry Pepper is the star and producer. No, I haven't heard of that one. Snow Walker. Listen, is it an animal movie? Is it about polar bears? What happens in the Canadian Arctic?
Nothing good happens in the Canadian
John
Arctic.
says he loved Collateral with Tom Cruise. So it's funny because that movie is so different for him. It
Is
threw
that the
me a
one with
little
Jamie
bit.
Foxx?
Yeah, where he plays the assassin.
Mhm.
It was such a strange. Tom Cruise in Collateral reminded me of Bruce Willis in what's that one that I just rewatched again the other day? The Jackal. Two movies where they played these really menacing assassin types. It was so out of character for what I was used to from them, but it was still really good. So, surviving a plane crash. Oh my god, is it like that one where the soccer players ate their teammates in the
Sounds more like
Andes?
the Liam Neeson one, The Grey. Remember
Oh
that?
my god, you guys, did you ever watch The Grey? That was one of the hardest movies I've ever watched. Like, that dude had the shittiest luck. It was unbelievable. That movie tore my soul out just a little, right? Because I really thought I'm not gonna spoil it, but it was gut-wrenching, that
Yeah, it
one,
was
The
tough.
Grey. Yeah. Jamie says, "We'll continue the movie confab another day." Oh, yeah, I love movies too. The Jackal was based on a true story.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah,
I've
Carlos.
seen Bambi Meets Godzilla. I know how that ends.
Yeah, that one was funny. That one I didn't cry. It was too funny. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna go to bed. It's bedtime. But thanks for the chat about movies and booze and just about anything else. Yeah, we'll have to come up with a good topic for the next one too. Because it can't all be music. We got lots of other things to talk about. More John says, "Thank you. I love this personal touch. I appreciate you doing this." More Arion. Okay. That's no problem.
Yes, G-Man, you're
Oh,
late.
G-Man, we were just saying goodbye. You are very late. That's okay. You'll have to catch us next time. The topic of conversation this evening was movies, and it seemed to be popular enough. We'll probably do it again. But thanks, guys, for tuning in, and we'll see you back on the channel. Yes, Madman, The Professional was an excellent movie. I love, what's his name? Jean Reno.
Jean Reno, yeah.
Oh my god, I love that man. I'll watch him in anything too, even when it's French. So, yes, I will save it. You can watch it later, G-Man, and enjoy. And guys, thanks for coming out. We'll see you on the channel and have a good night. Happy Monday tomorrow. Or today, depending on where you are.